This is Holy Week. It's probably the most important week of the year for Christians in the sense that it is very analytical, very personal. It has ups and downs, like most of life anyway. There's the high of Palm Sunday that we talked about this week. There's the low of Good Friday. And then there's Easter morning with all of its spectacular nuance and things we can't even describe or understand fully. It's there. And Christians come together to celebrate that whatever it is, it does mean that God keeps his promises and that God will overcome anything, including death in this world, to reach and love his children. God overcomes evil is a good thing to think about in these days for sure. That what is evil will not last, will not have the last word. Sunday, we're going to look at the Emmaus Road story out of Luke. If you have been following on Sundays or maybe came in during this period, we looked at all four Gospels a few weeks back and looked at their important similarities, but also their uniqueness. Luke is very unique in the telling of his stories because he really endorses community among God's people. Acceptance, love, doing things together, not being isolated or not lording it over someone else, but seeing everyone as equal and loved in God's family. So the Emmaus Road story is kind of a community story. The Easter story we normally read would be certainly Jesus coming out of the tomb, not being there when he's found by the women who are there. They rush to tell the disciples that he is not there, and that's a powerful story and it's an important one. But after that resurrection, Jesus comes upon some believers who just don't recognize him. And it's not comical, but it could be. It is at least something that catches our attention when he asks questions like, well, why are you so down? And do you lack faith that Jesus would do what he said he would do? And then in the end reveals himself to them, and they recognize him in the breaking of bread, taking of wine. And they have a huge celebration when they discover that he is indeed there. On Sunday, at some point in the service, I will say to you, Christ is risen, and I will hope that you will say back to me, he is risen indeed. Christians have been saying that for centuries on Easter morning. The sermon itself will focus on four things that Jesus is indeed. He is risen, but there are ways that we can recognize him in our daily Emmaus walk by seeing the things that make him unique and special, that he is indeed. So I hope you'll be there Sunday. I hope that you'll be able to come and be a part of what we're doing. I don't know if we'll be crowded or not. If we are, come a little early and grab your seat, but there are going to be seats for everybody. Park a little differently, walk a little bit. Won't that be fun if that's the case? But if it's you and I and the Lord, we are going to have worship on Resurrection Sunday, and it will be meaningful and wonderful. So I hope to see you then. God bless.